do?
How are you doing?
No complaints.
Copy. Is there a reason that you're videoing the company here?
There is a reason.
Okay, what's the reason?
I'll be frank with you.
That's fine.
In my experience, no good comes from having conversations with the cops, so I just as soon not chit-chat about my day with you. No offense.
You don't have to. So we just got a call about you. They're concerned that you're out here on their property videoing them, so.
Am I?
Yep.
Huh. When did they buy the sidewalk?
I'm just letting you know what they're saying.
So they claimed that I was on their property. Did you ask them where on their property I was?
I'm not here to argue with you. I'm just here
Well,
to...
I know, but you're saying that they made an accusation that is blatantly untrue. So I'm just curious if you asked them where on their property I was.
You have permission from them? Have you talked to them? Did they come out and talk to you?
Permission from them?
To be videoing their store?
I gotta ask. Officer Peacock, are you under the impression that I need to have permission from these folks to take photos of this building?
Nope, you don't have to. I'm just asking you if they gave you permission.
They did not give me permission, and I did not ask for permission.
All right, can I get your name, please?
Oh, no. Bless your heart. No.
10-4.
No.
Okay.
But thank you for asking.
Okay. Well, you have to give me your name.
Oh, bless your heart. God bless you. See, now the bad thing is for you, unfortunately for you, is I know my rights and I know the law, and I know I'm not breaking the law. So for a police officer, last I checked, Ohio was not a stop and ID state. Have they changed that in the last 48 hours?
It's called a Terry stop, yeah. But we got a call about it.
Terry stop. So what crime am I committing?
I'm done answering your questions.
Yeah, I'm done answering your questions.
That's fine.
All right.
So,
All right.
we got a call about you, so you have to identify yourself.
No, I don't. No, I don't.
All right.
I don't have to identify myself because somebody called you about me.
That's fine.
If I called about them, do they have to identify themselves? I don't think so.
No, they will.
Yeah. Well, I won't. I guarantee you will leave here without knowing my name today.
Okay.
Guarantee it. I have not broken the law, and if you're going to...
I never said that you broke
Well, no, but you're claiming that I have to give you my ID, and that's just between you and I. That's complete horseshit. I think you're used to dealing with people that don't know their rights. You're wrong, and I won't show you my ID. So now what are you going to do? Now what do? You call a supervisor and try and strong arm me into giving you my ID? That you're going to arrest me for not showing my ID? So if no crime's being committed, what makes you think? Are you like fresh out of training or something? I'm just baffled as to what would make you think you could require somebody to show ID when they're not breaking the law. I'm well aware of what a Terry stop is. Terry versus the state of Ohio, yeah.
It's not a Terry stop.
Oh, it's not a Terry stop.
No, we got a call about
Okay,
it.
well, call it what you want. It's still not a crime that what I'm doing, and I don't have to give my ID to officers that just come up and ask for it. It's crazy.
We got a call about this great citizen over here. He's being a complete asshole, but he's out here bothering them and he's videoing them. Obviously, he is on the sidewalk. He won't give me his name, says he doesn't have to identify himself to me.
He's not doing anything bad.
But, I don't know, he's just being an asshole.
How are you this afternoon, sir?
I'm back to police officers. I'm having a great day. You have yourself a great day as well, because I'm done answering questions.
Yes, sir. I'm going to have a great day right here.
Excellent.
Can you ask them on the property?
We'll have a great day together.
Yep, we will.
Are you under the impression I have to show ID to you, or is it just that Officer Peacock is seeing me that?
Sir, I didn't ask you any questions.
I find it amusing. She actually said I have to show her my ID.
Sir, you can pour all the
adorable.
bait. You can pour all the bait you want on that sidewalk, and I'm not going to go for it.
Oh, is that what it is? I'm trying to bait you into violating my rights.
Just a minute ago, you didn't want to talk to any police officer.
I find it appalling that you have a police officer here that thinks that I have to show my ID.
Okay.
Strange.
Now I'm sitting here, minding my own.
You do you, boo. Hey, can I get your badge number? Name and badge number?
You can, oh, don't come on the property.
Yeah, am I on the property here?
You are actually.
I'm on the property right here?
You're hovering over it.
Yeah, I'm on the property right here. You're saying I'm standing on their property right here? So, I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name and badge number?
It's on the call record.
Sorry?
It's on the call record.
It's on the call log?
Call record.
So you don't actually, when somebody asks you your name and badge number, you don't give it to them verbally, huh? Is that your policy in Newark?
You can go down and make a request and look through all of our policies.
I'm requesting the police officer that's standing right in front of me know my
they don't identify themselves, they're either ashamed of their name
right
or
here.
they're ashamed of their behavior.
It's right here.
Phillips, that's great. How many Phillips are there? I just asked for a badge number. You guys don't have badge numbers? You ashamed of your behavior or you ashamed of your name?
Just sitting here, sir.
I just asked a badge number.
Sir, I'm just sitting here.
Is it not Newark's Police Department policy to give your name and badge number when asked?
Not that I'm aware of.
You might want to refresh yourself on the
Okay.
policy there, Chief.
That's fine. Well, not.
Sir, that you're Chief. So
I'm just an officer, so.
you refuse to give your badge number. Is
I
that
told
right?
you where you can get it. It's on the call record.
All right. I wanted to get it from you. It's cops like you that endangers the lives of good cops. Bad cops endanger good cops.
Okay. Thank
You're
you,
a
sir.
bad cop. You're
Appreciate
a
that.
dirty cop.
Very
Just
dirty.
want your
Obviously.
name and badge number. Not too much to ask for, is it?
Have a good day,
Name
sir.
and badge number. You are a dirty cop. I'll pull your records and find out what kind of complaints you got.
My file's pretty empty, so good luck with that. Was he on the property?
They don't think so.
Okay. Just stay off the property, sir. Have a great day.
Just tired of dealing with him. So, I don't know. They said that their manager said to call because they're out here videoing. I said that they.
No, I understand. So he's trying to bait us into doing something.
Oh, I know.
So he can be in a public place. He can take all the pictures and videos he
Yeah, and
wants.
that's what I told him. So.
Even though it is causing some form, obviously it's not the normal type of behavior.
Oh, I told him there was a lot of video and stuff like that.
So he is
Just being an ass.
trying to get us to do something. Is what
Yeah.
he's trying.
Yeah.
We're gonna leave.
All right.
Great radio. For the car record, this gentleman is wearing a dark blue shirt, blue jeans, black shoes. He's carrying a black bag. He's got a camera. He's got his cell phone on a some type of like selfie stick, and he is trying to.
An officer approached and demanded that the man provide identification, while refusing to give her own name and badge number. You can't demand something from others that you're not willing to do yourself. Additionally, Ohio is not a stop and ID state. Without a crime or a valid Terry stop, there is no obligation to provide identification. They knew that too, because by the end of the encounter, they acknowledged that he was standing on a public sidewalk and there was nothing they could do. That's why it's important to understand your state's ID laws. When you do, it sets clear limits on what officers can reasonably demand. If you think this officer needs retraining, comment the number 5.
No way, guys. Are we shitting? The idiot cops actually showed up here. Look at the shit-eating grin on this guy's face. He thinks they're gonna get rid of me or something. Yeah, he's thinking they're gonna get rid of me. They're not. It's really hard to tell what that says.
So, I would appreciate it if you don't record what's going on inside our cruiser on the screen specifically.
You're supposed to shut them. You're supposed to shut them. You guys pull up to a 911 call, and let's say you leave the computer open and the woman inside called 911, but the guy is outside. He can walk up and read your computer and get all the information he wants off that computer, including her name, phone number, other people that she knows phone numbers.
Shut off now in there?
I don't know. She just turned it the other way. I'll check and see. Why don't you check and see? Make sure you close it all the time. Bait you into something.
And to have some sort of interaction.
No, close it. What I say did that not make sense to you?
It makes sense, but again, I'm saying I don't know if you can see. I don't know what the circumstances.
Oh yeah, I can see.
Okay, perfect.
I can see anything written on the
appreciate it if
screen.
you don't.
Well, next time close it. Cover it. She was a nice enough lady. She called the cops. She wasn't sure what we were doing, and there were 3 of us. She was pregnant and very I don't know, hormonal, I guess would be a really good way to put it. And she called the cops, and I looked at the screen. I looked at the screen, and it had all her information on it. This guy's like, I told him not to follow me around and didn't film me, but I was actually, Well, where did he follow you, sir? Well, I went out there to follow him. Yeah, so it's kind of my fault. You don't own a name and badge number, sir? Are you like mute? Stupid? Dumb? Whatever you want to call it? What's your name and badge number? Yeah, big dummy, I guess. The guy they hired that will just follow orders and not say anything, especially when you're supposed to say something. Yeah, I told him I didn't want him filming. He's upsetting the customers. This guy's like, you know, there's like a million ways to do shrimp. But, you know, this guy's got thousands of recipes for shrimp, I'd be willing to bet. Shrimp gumbo, barbecue shrimp.
Sir, so you're free to record all you want.
I know that.
Okay, can I talk for 2 seconds? But because this is McDonald's property, right, they're representative of the property because they have a restaurant here, they've asked that you not record on their property until the end of the berm, and the sidewalk is yours. You can go there and do whatever you do.
Their property. No, this, unless they own this lot?
I don't know, but they are representative of the property.
No, they're not.
And they're asking you
they're
to
not.
leave.
They're a tenant of the property.
Sir, so they are asking you to leave.
Hold on.
As representative
Before you,
sir,
no, listen, don't be stupid. What's your name and badge number?
My badge number is 2632. My name is PC Ahmed.
And you?
Right, you're on private property. We're asking
You? Yeah, your name and badge number. Gallinaro. It's the mall. It's the mall. They're a tenant. So let's say there was a Burger King in here.
Okay, let's say.
No, listen. Let's say there was a Burger King in here and they did not like people in the Burger King parking lot. Do you think that they could trespass people from the property?
Right now, if you can just please comply, right? You can go off to the sidewalk, record all you.
Where was I when you pulled up?
You were on the berm. You weren't on the sidewalk.
No, that's not theirs. That's not theirs either. No fucking way. You
Okay,
guys,
so
you're
sidewalk is
completely
where
mistaken.
public property and anything beyond the sidewalk, you can go ahead.
You have no idea about
Great,
public
sir, no
easement, do
problem.
you?
You're free to record on the sidewalk and beyond. Just not.
What, are you going to arrest me if I don't go?
If you fail to comply with a request to not be on this private property, then
By a tenant or by an agent? An agent of the property. They're not a representative. They're a tenant of the property.
Being a representative of the property, they're asking you to leave their property.
I want an incident number because now you're gonna get in shit.
You can get no problem. I will give you an incident number right now.
Yeah. And they're a representative. They're a tenant. They're not an agent of the property.
They're the representative of the property.
Nope,
They're asking
wrong.
you to leave. Right,
So if there was a Burger King on the other side.
Sir, the incident number to this.
Sir.
25-274-195.
You're wrong.
You are free to do what you want on the sidewalk.
You're even frothing at the mouth.
property. Thank you.
Are you going to arrest me?
If you fail to comply with what we are asking you to do and leave this property, yes, we will arrest you.
You will, eh?
You
Good.
will.
And,
Yeah.
and I got the incident number.
Yeah, you have
So
the-
you're wrong. What they are is they're a tenant of the property, not an agent of the property.
Okay,
Do you know
as a
that they can?
representative of the property,
And they
they're
ask
asking
you?
to
They ask you to for me to leave?
Yeah, they asked me to.
Oh,
they
good.
asked
So
me
that's a good lawsuit for McDonald's then.
Okay,
And
that's
to be
fine.
clear, you're going to arrest me if I don't leave this private property.
We are asking you to leave. We have asked you to leave.
No,
now.
you're telling me to leave under threat of
Yes,
arrest.
Under Trespass to Property Act, right? We are
They're not allowed.
asking you to leave
They're
the
not-
property. If you fail to leave the property when directed,
By an
right?
agent of the property. They're not an agent.
Sir, are you going to leave?
They're not an agent. They're a tenant of the
Are you going
property.
to leave?
I'm gonna leave.
Okay,
You
we
threatened to
appreciate it.
arrest
I
me.
appreciate it.
So
I'm
you're.
letting you know the law.
I'm letting
Okay,
you
if
know
have
what the
any
law
concerns,
is.
You can go do
You
what
don't
do.
know what the law is. They're not an agent of the property. They are a tenant. So if there was a Burger King or a Wendy's on the other side, do you think that they could run me off because I went to Wendy's instead of McDonald's? That's where you're wrong about
So
this.
I'm asking you, right?
No, you're telling.
Yeah, I'm telling you to leave the property. I am telling you on behalf of the property because as the representative of the property, they don't want you. on
No,
the
they're an
property
agent of
anymore,
the.
recording
They're not
you.
an agent of the property.
Like,
What
I
is
don't know
this
what
walking up to me for? Get away from me, dude.
Okay, so are you going to leave the property?
Well, under threat of arrest?
Under the
threat of
that
arrest.
If you fail to leave when directed, you will be arrested under Trespass to
Good.
Property Act.
And stay back, asshole.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
I'm going to be standing right under this tree.
Yeah, so this tree is part of their line.
No, it isn't.
You're free to stand on the sidewalk.
Nope. The tree is not part of their line.
Yeah, so that anything on the sidewalk, you're free to go on the
Oh, you
sidewalk.
think they own this, eh?
I think that
You think they own this?
This is their property.
No, it isn't. It is not.
So are you going to go onto the sidewalk?
You're going to arrest me if I don't move from here.
If you go onto the public property, no problem. Right? We ask that you go on the public property and record
This
it.
is public property.
Yeah, public property over there, please.
Do you know they put lampposts on public property and the guidelines for lampposts on public property?
They do it. They do on public property and they do on private property.
No, they don't.
If I can ask you, please go on the public property. Please.
I am. I'm on the public property.
I appreciate your cooperation.
I'm on the public property.
If you go onto the sidewalk, no problem. You're on private property.
You're nitpicking now, eh?
From my understanding, you're on private property. Okay? If you can please go onto the sidewalk.
How do you get to this? Look it up first. You want to see it? You want to see the map? Offline maps?
I don't care. You can go onto the sidewalk.
It's called a GIS survey, dude.
It's private property.
No, it
You
isn't.
can go onto that. You can go.
So you're telling me nobody can come off this sidewalk? Look where I am. I'm past this. You know what?
No,
I'm stand
people
right
can't.
here.
You can't.
Oh, I can't.
No, they're requesting you to leave their property. They said their property. I request you to go onto the sidewalk. It's public property. Record as you wish.
I'm on public property. Look.
We're standing on their end of the sidewalk still, right?
Nope.
Go on that side. Everything on the.
Nope, this is public property. You know this is public property, so do I.
I don't know this, but I believe this is.
So you're not even going to look. I would look. I would call your boss.
Sir, I request that you stand onto the sidewalk.
Get a sergeant. Get a sergeant out here.
We'll get a
You're
sergeant,
wrong.
But if you can go onto the sidewalk, we'll appreciate
Nope,
it.
I'll get a sergeant out here. I am on the public sidewalk.
I'm gonna let you know right now.
I'm on the public right of way.
That is the sidewalk, right? It is public all the way through. You can.
And it's public right to here. They don't put lamp poles, power lines on private property. Do you know why? Because then they could trespass the power people. Bell, they could trespass Rogers. Huh?
They don't want to trespass Bell.
Oh, if one of them said something they didn't like, they would. Or held a camera.
If they needed to, then they would. But if they don't need to right now, they don't need to.
Get a sergeant out here. I'm not moving any further than this.
Any further? Okay.
Get a sergeant. Quit being a fucking tyrant. And this asshole really bothers the shit out of me. Mr. Bubba down here. You're gonna nitpick about a foot and it's not on their property. They don't put telephone poles on their property. Ask.
I'm letting you know right now.
You're letting me know what?
Exactly.
Do as I say, not what's lawful? No. You know what, dude? You're wrong.
I'm telling you what I know.
No, you don't know. How old are you, dude? Because you fucking started it, dude. You're the one that goes, sir!
Yeah, because
fuck off.
You're not listening.
Yeah, neither are you.
I am listening.
You don't know what public property is. This is not their property. This is property of the mall.
So what is it that you want to do? Like, I don't understand.
I want you to realize that I'm already on public property. Anything past these, they don't put them on private property.
Okay.
They don't.
And you stand onto the sidewalk and you're free to record, okay?
I'm gonna record anyways, and I'm gonna stand right fucking here. Look, guys. There's the sidewalk. Here's my feet. If he's gonna arrest me, this will be the York Regional Police. Fucked. And you'll never live this one down, dude. Get a sergeant out here. He'll know better. Use a map. So let's say there was a Wendy's in here, guys. Then they could just trespass. They could stand in the Wendy's drive-thru and trespass anybody that went through Wendy's. You know? Anybody who refused to buy McDonald's, they could trespass if that were the case. That's why an agent of the property needs to do it. And in Canada, if they're doing it because you're filming, there's a complete lawsuit for the agent in question, which McDonald's is a tenant. I'm not sure if they own the private property, but what if I'm taking pictures for the mall, huh? What if the mall hired me?
Are you taking pictures for the mall?
Do you know that? Did you even ask?
Did you tell
So why don't you call the mall and say there's a guy taking pictures
Sir,
and
you're on this property. We had this conversation. I asked that you go back onto the property.
I back onto it, so I was on it.
No, back onto you weren't on it. Your sidewalk is public property. You can go there.
I'm free to stand where I was standing too. You're a fucking tyrant, dude. You're a child. You need to learn a little more. And stop trying to comb your hair over that bald spot on the top of your head. It doesn't look good, dude. It looks like hell. Here, let's get a good picture of it. No, he's not going to show it now? Good job, man. Fucking twat. You're never going to live this down. You and your fat partner here. Bubba, how many ways do you know to cook shrimp? You look about as smart, man. You ain't very smart. No. Yeah? You mumbling little prick. Oh, and just so you guys are aware, when I'm done here, I'm going to the police station and I'm gonna fly a drone so I can check out the backyard too. I'll be there in a few minutes. Just so you guys are aware. You can wait for me there or do what you want. Cops ain't very smart, guys. Nobody ever fucking gave him that. He's done the gnarliest comb over. So guys, from where I'm standing, it shows that the private property, even for the mall, starts at, oh, I just moved quite a bit, so, but it was at 8.8 feet. Yeah, and fucking genius here. Good job parking, man. Holy smokes. So Sergeant, you saw where I was standing. That is public property. I have a GIS, it's called it's a survey map on my phone. Their property ends where their signs begin, and it's not McDonald's property, it's the mall. So the mall, McDonald's can't ask somebody to leave this property in case I'm taking pictures for the mall, food mart, somewhere else. You would have to phone the mall, and I probably bet you the mall wouldn't do it because I'm filming. Because they would have to put a sign up saying shut your dash cams off and stuff. It turns into a huge lawsuit for the shopping center and McDonald's because now they're trying to violate my rights, as is Ahmed here. I'm up where I was.
Continue up there.
Oh, right where I was standing, I'm perfectly fine. He just wanted to exert some authority he did not have and try to force me another step further. At one point I was, but you know what? He threatened to arrest me down here because McDonald's said so. It's not the way that works. They're not an agent of the property, they're a tenant. And the example I used for Ahmed was if there was a Wendy's, which there's many of them, you know, like a Wendy's and a McDonald's in the same parking lot, McDonald's people could go to the gate, watch people go to Wendy's and say, now you're trespassed, you can't ever come back again, just to get the business. And Ahmed here would probably come and enforce that because he thinks that McDonald's is an agent of this property. I can go into Food Mart. I can't go into McDonald's. And I showed him the map that shows they own a little strip right around. They don't even own these flowers. Would you care to see the map?
Okay for now.
Oh, here, I'll just show it to you real quick. So that's the mall parking lot. That's where McDonald's owns that pink strip right around it. So
Okay.
if you look,
And what is this from?
41 feet.
What's that?
41 feet that way is where they start owning the property. And they can't kick people off of anything else. This, I can't park here because the mall has allotted the parking spots for them. You know, I can't read Chinese, but some of them are in English. It says immediate McDonald's parking only, and they have a...
off the property and you're filming.
I was up there, and I'm still going to stay up there because he threatened me. So let's say, hey, if I want to go to Food Mart, are you going to try and arrest me?
Well, God, that's on that side.
See, that just sunk him right there. He says it's on that side. You can't trespass me from this area because if I was coming from over there and walking through here to get to Food Mart,
You can walk on the public sidewalk.
I can walk straight through the parking lot too, Ahmed. You're really wrong. You look young, but you act stupid, man. Like, you act like you've been around too long and you're getting too comfortable with telling people what to do when you have no right to tell people what to do. Like this guy here. Doesn't like IDing when you're supposed to ID. Just dumb as a stump. Take up 2 parking spots. Park in front of 3. You're not very smart. Are you like a community cop? One of the ones they don't give a gun to? Well, they did. I hope they didn't give you bullets with that thing. You're one of those idiots that kills people. Yeah. What a smart guy. So Ahmed's getting a lesson in private and publicly accessible mall property. Good for him. He should take a lesson on how to comb his hair over a little better. Or just shave it. Excuse me, Sergeant. If I just say something, I understand that McDonald's, this guy's really something else. I can understand McDonald's doesn't want me in their store. This is not McDonald's store, so I won't go in there. Other than that, I'd say we just drop it right there. If he doesn't even know, I asked him, do you know if I'm taking pictures for somebody in this mall? You know what I mean? That sort of stuff you guys got to think about before you start just winging people off the property at somebody else's request. You have to understand who owns the property, who the agents are. You would actually have to speak to somebody who owned the mall or a security guard that had control of the mall, not a tenant. That's it. I'm not going in their store. I have no need to. This guy's kind of creepy, man. He doesn't say his name and badge number. What is your name? Your Manuel and your badge number, sorry?
1554.
1554. I understand that. I'm allowed to come through this place to go to the other stores, but I will stay away from McDonald's. That was 100% no problem with me. It's getting hot as hell out here, and I'm really, really thirsty.
See, right now you want to go in for an ice cream.
Not really. I don't like McDonald's very much.
So if you are going to continue to film, I understand you're stationary and
You're on public property.
Well, I'm going to be back up there. It's a nicer shot anyways, but I was a couple feet forward, so the shade, I was just underneath that tree there,
Get it?
which is still
We can
public
be
property.
reasonable if you can be reasonable.
Oh, absolutely,
Not
man.
blocking the sidewalk for pedestrians or strollers.
Never, ever, ever.
Okay.
You know what? I never do that. I don't block. I don't try to scare people, and I try not to poke them. You know, I don't approach vehicles as they're going through the drive-through. I know what I'm doing. I've been doing this for a long time. I think I think he does know who I am and what I do. I film in public and publicly accessible areas, which that's the gray area. The area that a lot of people don't know about is publicly accessible. And it turns into a human rights lawsuit if somebody's going to say, I need him out of here because of his camera. Because there's dash cams on like any Tesla that goes through here has 9 cameras. It films the guy at the window and everything. Now, I know they may be uncomfortable about it when I hold it, but that's not the case. In Canada, if you own a company such as this, like a corporation with a mall, it's a whole different ball of wax than private property at somebody's house. If I went into somebody's driveway and took pictures just in their driveway and started taking pictures, they could tell me to get the hell off their driveway. No problem, hands down. They're the single owner of that home. When you start a business in Canada, the first thing they ask you is a box you have to check off, and it's for your rights. It's how you apply people's rights on the property. Is this business open to the public? And if you check yes, you got to be really careful about how you use the Trespass to Property Act. That's why it states anybody who is not acting under a right, free press, freedom of expression, which includes the free press. So anybody who is not acting under a right or authority conferred by law and who fails to leave the property when directed and, does something that's prohibited by a sign, they can't do that because I'm exercising a right. I'm working on a story about McDonald's and how McDonald's reacts to people using their rights. That's it. I won't go in their store. I'm not going to bug their guests, and I sure as hell, where I was standing off the sidewalk, that's why I called for you. This man wanted me to take one step back. I'm not doing that because since I've been here, there's been a couple of motor scooters coming. People use these sidewalks pretty good. Some guy almost hit me on an electric bike.
This is a busy area. So as long as you're not impeding anything, you're not interfering with this.
And I didn't even want to get too close to their window because this is a busy parking lot too. I'm not hanging out in the parking lot, and I'm just gonna do my thing, man. So I'm no longer trespassing the property from McDonald's, correct? McDonald's asked for me not to be there. Is that what happened, Amit?
Yeah, McDonald's asked that you don't be on there.
Well, I won't go into McDonald's. I don't care about the other. It's not their parking lot. I won't park my car here, but if I have to walk through, I will walk through. That's it. That's all. Yeah.
All right.
What a bunch of weenies.
Officer Ahmed showed up, took McDonald's word for it, and immediately threatened arrest without ever once verifying who actually owned that property. And when this man pulled out a GIS map showing the exact property line, Ahmed refused to even look at it. Refused. And that's what sealed it. Because when the sergeant finally showed up and sorted it out, he confirmed McDonald's authority only extended to their own store. Not the parking lot, not the easement, just their store. Ahmed threatened to arrest somebody over property that was never McDonald's to begin with. We produced this video to support awareness of rights through clear information, and we do not encourage confrontational actions.
From them, have you talked to them? Did they come out and talk to you?
Permission from them.
To be video?
YouTube thinks you'll love the video on the screen. Click to watch now.
I don't know if you could see. I don't know what the circumstances
Oh yeah, I can see.
Okay, perfect.
I can see anything written on the
Appreciate it if
screen.
you don't.
Last but certainly not least, we extend our heartfelt thanks to the behind-the-scenes team who spent months making these videos possible.